Welcome to our deep dive into the Let Them Theory, the transformative new book by Mel Robbins and Sawyer Robbins. This breakthrough work teaches a mindset that's spreading like wildfire, over 4 million copies sold, topping bestseller lists, and seen as one of the most life-altering recent self-development tools. At its heart lies two simple words: let them. These words offer you freedom, from anxiety, from others' drama, from trying to control the unchangeable. Combined with let me, shifting the focus back to your own life, you gain clarity, control, and peace. This 20-chapter voiceover script unpacks each part, with quotes, science, and real stories. By the end, you'll understand why this theory is changing relationships, boosting confidence, and empowering millions. Chapter 1. Stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable. Mel starts with a compelling personal story, the night her son's prom plans were unplanned chaos. As she struggled, her daughter simply said, "Mom, let them." That phrase triggered a shift. She stopped fighting everything around her and learned the first step of this theory: release control. Scienceofpeople.com. Robbins emphasizes that most stress is self-imposed. Research shows 7 out of 10 adults are chronically stressed from trying to control others. The Let Them theory empowers you to say, I can't direct their choices. I can choose how I respond. Key steps for this chapter. Notice attempts to control others, for their time, thoughts, or actions. Say just once, let them. Redirect your energy to let me, what you can do next. Chapter 2. Let them plus let me. This chapter reveals the full model. 2 words are not enough. You must follow with the second. Let me, choosing your focus, actions, and boundaries. Mel uses the seesaw metaphor. Only let them could be passive, emotionally distant. Only let me could become selfish or disconnected. Let them plus let me achieves balance. You see, appreciate, and act from a place of power. In real life, this balance shows. A mother steps back to let her child learn. A professional stops micromanaging a colleague and focuses on doing her own job with excellence. Chapter 3. Shocker. Life is stressful. Stress isn't just about external events. It's about our brain's default survival mode. Mel describes the fight-flight hijack. Amygdala takes over, prefrontal cortex goes offline. That's where your power lies. Catch it early and you regain control. Examples. Mel watching a cashier and instantly feeling impatience, but using let them/let me to breathe and focus on her own day. A friend immobilized by her spouse's daily choices, until she learned to separate what she can influence from what she cannot. Action steps. Notice stress. Say let them. Follow with let me breathe/pause/choose. Channel energy into purposeful action. Chapter 4. Let them stress you out? Not anymore. Building on Chapter 3, this chapter addresses bigger pressures, like work decisions or social compliance. Mel outlines the ABC stress loop. Assess what's controllable, what isn't. Breathe and say let them. Choose a constructive response aligned with your goals. Example: a mismanaged promotion process caused friction. She chose to stop latched frustration and focused on skill development instead. Takeaways: let go of the unchangeable. Focus intensely on what you can shape, and watch stress transform into forward momentum. Part 2. Other people's opinions. Chapter 5. Let them think bad thoughts about you. This chapter dives into rejection, criticism, and comparison. Mel reminds us, other people's opinions of you are none of your business. The real harm lies not in their judgments but in how you respond. Many talented people hold back, worried what others might think. But opinions are never locked in fact. They're filters shaped by others' perceptions. Let them plus let me here becomes. Don't waste energy trying to control others' opinions. Decide what you believe, your truth, your standard, your value. Chapter 6. How to love difficult people. Conflict and tension are universal, but trying to force others to change often backfires. Mel uses parent and sibling relationships where attempts to fix or criticize only deepen resistance. Instead, she encourages acceptance. Let them be who they are. You don't condone behavior, you stop controlling it. Practical steps. Observe your triggers. Apply let them to detach from controlling. Use let me to decide how you'll respond. Set firm boundaries or offer support, but on your terms. Chapter 7. When grown-ups throw tantrums. When adults act childlike, reacting with anger or selfishness, it's easy to go into control mode. Mel recalls grown-up meltdowns. Friends upset at cancellations, coworkers ranting about inefficiency. These are often unconscious, feed off emotional pollution. The let them theory invites you to recognize emotional chaos. Let them throw the tantrum, don't fix or fuel it. Let me choose calm, such as pausing conversation, rescheduling, or leaving momentarily. This keeps you grounded while they ride their storm. Chapter 8. The right decision often feels wrong. Here, uncertainty and resistance are reframed. Often you sense this is right and it scares me. That's a signal, not a red flag. Tiger Woods calls it the feeling of growth. Mel says, the right decision often feels wrong. Let them thoughts and let me confidence help me move forward even when it's uncomfortable. Process. Feel the discomfort. Softly say let them, release fear-driven need to control outcomes. Then let me step forward with courage and trust. Part 3. Comparison and Identity. Chapter 9. Yes, life isn't fair. Comparisons breed resentment. Life is not a level playing field, period. Comparing yourself to others is a losing game. Mel leans on Brené Brown's research, vulnerability and authenticity over comparison. Holding on to unfairness limits your potential because your energy is focused on someone else's life. Strategy. When envy emerges, let them succeed. Let me work on my journey. Use jealousy as teacher. Ask, what does this reveal about my values and aspirations? Chapter 10. How to make comparison your teacher. Every time you compare, there's a choice: shrink or learn. Mel invites you to ask, what can this teach me? Instead of jealousy or criticism, you pause and ask, what strengths did I just admire? What can I realistically adopt or adapt? How can I honor this model without copying it? Comparison becomes fuel for growth, always starting with let them, then let me integrate the lesson. Part 4. Authentic Connections. Chapter 11. Truth no one told you about adult friendship. Adult friendships change, people move, priorities shift, interests evolve. Mel says, you can't control someone's availability or choices, let them. But let me build richer, more intentional connections. Letting others fade isn't abandonment, it's natural evolution. Letting go opens space for people aligned with who you've become. Chapter 12. Why some friendships fade. Letting someone go can feel like failure. But Mel reframes it as practice. People change, systems diverge. Holding on to connections that no longer fit leads to frustration and resentment. Letting them fade equals emotional maturity. Letting me focus equals time and energy redirect to relationships that nourish. Chapter 13. How to create the best friendships of your life. Here's where let them plus let me builds new life. Mel provides practical steps. Be vulnerable. Express curiosity. Create shared experiences. Offer consistency. Let boundaries guide expectations. These are conscious, mature social habits, and they start with letting others be themselves and showing up as your best self. Part 5. Influence and Support. Chapter 14. People only change when they want to. Trying to change others never works. Because behavior change is emotionally grounded. Real change starts with internal motivation, not external pressure. Let them struggle, let me support. Don't force. Provide resources, encouragement, modeling, but respect their pace and autonomy. Chapter 15. Unlock the power of your influence. Leadership isn't control. It's influence, built on mutual respect. Mel gives tools. Listen first. Speak clearly. Provide structure, then step back. Let them lead by experience, let me support. This method creates empowered, autonomous environments, whether at home or workplace. Chapter 16. The more you rescue, the more they sink. Codependence kills growth. Rescuing others, doing tasks for them, keeps them stuck. You stay burdened. Let them experience consequences. Let me choose to support with coaching, not rescuing. Over time, people learn self-reliance, and your relationships deepen in authenticity. Chapter 17. How to provide support the right way. Support can hurt if done poorly. Proper support. Ask before intervening. Listen with empathy. Ask what they want. Let them set recovery pace. Let me be the calm, steady voice, not the control freak. This is true adult care, rooted in boundaries, empathy, and respect. Part 6. Relationships and Love. Chapter 18. Let them show you who they are. Love isn't about changing people. You can't fix your partner. Mel urges. Stop trying to shape your partner. Let them express. Let me decide if that aligns with your values. You're not in a relationship with their potential. You're with who they are today. Chapter 19. How to take your relationship to the next level. Growth together doesn't require control, it requires mutual space. Let them grow. Let me be curious. What's your experience? Where are you headed? How can I show up as a partner, not a project manager? Shared vision and acceptance yield deeper intimacy than pressure ever can. Chapter 20, How Every Ending is a Beautiful Beginning. Some relationships end, and that's okay. Let them leave with respect. Let me step through grief with self-care, reflection, and new direction. Endings reveal new beginnings, because your life is infinite, and your time deserves alignment. Conclusion, your Let Me era begins. In a final message, Mel calls this your Let Me era. Let them be themselves without guilt or control. Let me own my experience, my choices, my peace, my power. This balanced mindset offers liberation from stress, comparison, resentment, and wasted emotional energy. Let them plus let me equals clarity. Let them plus let me equals growth. Let them plus let me equals empowered relationships. Final recap of the let them theory. Identify control patterns. Say let them. Redirect to let me. Notice your default brain responses. Apply across domains: stress, friendship, work, love, leadership. Let go of outcomes. Take charge of your input. Let closures happen. Begin your Let Me era now. You don't need permission to stop controlling others. You only need awareness and 2 words: